Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Hello and welcome to This is Africa Outdoors. I'm going to be attempting a challenge where I have to go into the bush and make a rod, line and hook all from nature. I'm not allowed to use any like monofilament line, any metal for the hook. We have to use all natural materials. So let's do this challenge, let's get to it. This is the type of bush that is good for making fishing rods right in front of us. But this thicket over here is very dangerous because anything could be in here. Black rhino, a buffalo, anything like that. So we've got to be very careful and listen before we go in here. Let's see, I want to see if there's anything in here. I don't want to walk too far in this place, it's dodgy. Cut a couple and then we'll see which one is the best. Okay. Yeesh, these bushes, oh, it's tough, man. Okay. Got our rod. Now we have to get the material for the line and the hooks. That's up next. So we're at the next spot where we're going to be collecting more materials for our fishing rod and line and hooks. This right here is an alala palm bush or tree or whatever, and it's a very useful tree in southern Africa, especially in Zimbabwe. People use its leaves to make twine, which is what we're going to be doing today. They also use it for making baskets, and you can eat the fruit, but it's not very good. But you can eat it if you really needed to. So from this bush we're going to get both our hooks and our line. So I'll show you what we're going to use for that. What you want to look for on these is the unopened leaves. So you see right here, this is a new leaf. It's going to turn out like this, but it hasn't opened up yet. So you want these new ones. That's exactly what we're looking for. So be very, very careful of the spines on here. I mean, they're pretty deadly. That's what we're going to be using for our hooks. So you want to get it as long as possible. Is this one beginning to get spines? Yeah, so okay, let me cut it off without the camera because otherwise I'm going to spine myself. Okay, so I've got the new unopened leaf, just cut it off. This is going to be used to make our twine, our fishing line. Now I need to get the hooks. Okay, so now I'm going to get what I'm going to use for the hooks. You see these spines along here? That's what I'm going to use, so I'm just going to cut down the side to get some of those. Okay, so I've just cut a strip off this, off one of the fronds. You can see how sharp and deadly these spines are. I'm sure they'll make a good fish hook. Let's see what happens. Let's get to the pool to fish on. So we've arrived as far as the car will go. Now we're going to walk to the fishing spot and then we're going to get all our materials and turn it into something that'll work to catch fish. It's going to be difficult, but let's see if we can do it. Proper survival challenge coming up. So I've made it to the fishing spot. We've got a small isolated pool along a seasonal river. And we've got some tilapia in here and some catfish, some barbel and bream. So let's see if we can make this rod and make it work. Be very interesting. Stick with us, stay tuned, let's do it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start off with this unopened palm frond. I'll go to the middle, get the freshest possible one. You see they just peel apart like this. And then sometimes they're like attached in two and you can split them even further, right? So that's what you want to do until you get something like this. There's a hard edge on one side. I'm gonna just take that off. Get your knife. Put it down there like that. Take that off. And you've got that. Split it into even smaller pieces. Whatever you want. Until you've got something like this. Got it. Now, what people do is wax a cuticle on it. So what you can do is you just scrape that off. Put one side in your mouth and use a knife to scrape it off. You can use your fingernails, but I cut my fingernails recently, so that's not happening for me. Scrape. Get that waxy cuticle off. You don't want that. Okay. Other side. Okay. Done one of those. Make sure you do it right up there, and also it's important. Okay. Great. Now we get a couple more of those. So now we've got two of these. What I'm going to do is, this is a bit thick, so I'm going to split it again. All the way down, just like that. Now what you can do to finish this off is just grab it between your fingernails and just scrape any remaining stuff off there, and that should get it into fibers. You know, if you don't have nails, this is going to be a problem. Okay, scrape softly just to get all that pulpy stuff off, so that you're just left with some fibers. Okay, just like that, just some fibers. And put that down there, do it with the next one. Okay, so I've got a bunch of fibers. If it's not enough, I can always add to it. But now we're going to start making the string. So what I'm going to do is pick out some like this. You don't want to make your line too thick, I don't think. But you don't want to make it too thin or the fish will just snap it. So you get some like this. And we're just going to twist, eh? Get it in the middle and twist. Twist nice, proper. And then it should double back on itself, if you know what I'm saying. And you get like a twist like that. I don't know if the camera's focusing, but that's going to be the string right there. So now you carry on twisting. Twist one side, twist the other side, just like that, and then your line twists together, just like that. Very simple, nothing complicated. Twist one side, twist the other side, and they twist together. Awesome. Now I'm going to do that until I come close to the end, and then I'm going to splice in more so I can keep on going. This looks like a good thickness at least, so that's good. Twist one side, twist the other, and your line twists together. Beautiful. Now I don't think like ancient people did this. I think it was probably easier just to use like fish poison or nets or spears. But I'm saying if you're in a
survival situation, this is what you can do. I don't know if anybody has attempted this on YouTube before, probably, but not in the same way that I'm doing here. Making the line is like the hardest part, because David and Scott, who are often on this channel, have made hooks like this, but then they put it on monofilament and caught fish. But now I'm trying to do it without the monofilament line, just with this twist twine, and I want to see if we can make it happen. Okay, so now when I come to the end, like when I've only got this much left on one side, what I'm going to do is actually splice in some more fibers. When it dries out, just make sure there's no pulpy stuff. You don't want that pulpy stuff in your fibers. You don't want that. Make sure you get some nice fibers. Now what you do is, you go to your short end, take your other fibers, try and make them all start at the same sort of area, I think is best. And then you just place them up against the other one and twist them together, and then just carry on. So you're just splicing in, basically. And that's what I'm going to do until I have like a meter length, which is going to take a while. So time lapse coming up. Honkers. Egyptian geese. What noisy creatures. Okay, 45 minutes later and I am done. Here is this line, just less than a meter I'd say. Now I just say to clean up all these places where I spliced everything together. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is cut all of this stuff off to make this line a lot cleaner. Okay, so still very far from perfect, but hopefully that can stand up to a decent sized fish. I did choose a very bendy rod, so it should be okay. Now it's time for the hook, but let me reposition the camera so that the sun doesn't mess it up. So for the hook, I've got these spines here from the alala tree. I'm going to look for one that's sharp and is more hooked than the rest. I have a feeling this one will work, because what I can do is use this part over here as a line tie. So I think that'll work out. Get my knife. Now, you see this black part over here? That's solid and more stiff than this pulpy other part. So that's what we're going to use for the main shank of our hook. Just get that under there. Okay, so now we've got this line tie, actual fish hook. Trim above the line tie. Keep it nice. I coasted. Oh well. Hopefully it holds together. The hook isn't razor sharp, but let's see how that goes. Maybe, just maybe, we can get a fish on that. See what happens. So I do have a bit of a tapered line here. So I'm gonna take the skinny end of my line, put it up against the hook shank like this, and I'm just gonna wrap like this, like that, and then just tie a knot. Since the line isn't very smooth, it should have enough friction to hold pretty tightly on there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Just like that. On there. Now I just need to cut off here. I am cheating with scissors a bit here, but you could use a knife, but I just don't want to waste time. Okay, there we go. Got my fish hook, my thorn, got my line. I've got a bit of a tapered line because I would really hate for my line to snap somewhere in the middle. I haven't got a super long line. You'd definitely have to make a longer line if you had to reach further to reach the fish, but I don't have to reach very far. Now, to attach this to the tip of my rod, where I fold it over, I'm just going to untwist that a bit and loop it over, go past the first knot and twist it back on. So that's not going to come off the rod tip now. Quick and very simple way of attaching it. So I've got my rod attached, my line and my hook. Now what I would hate for this to happen is if this thing floats. Now that'll be a problem. Then I might have to add a weight. But let's see if I can actually get a fish. It'll be pretty sick if I can. For bait, I have got some earthworms. You could probably just catch grasshoppers. You can find earthworms under rocks. So I've already got some earthworms here. I haven't got very many. So let's find a big one. Got my earthworm. This hook is looking pretty good. Hook my earthworm on there. Hook it twice. And maybe again. So something like that on my rod. Now let's see if this hook can hook a fish. Okay, hopefully the fish that I hooked today are not very big, because as you can see, this is super light tackle. Now let's see if we can get a bite. Please sink. Sinks, that's a good sign. See if we can get a bite here. Oh. Ooh. Clean me, first cast. Okay. Just a tiny bit of worm. There. Yes! Oh, dang it! You guys saw that. The fish came out the water. Yes! Oh! My goodness. My goodness. So close. Those are just little minnows. Little barbs. I don't have a lot of worm. Hopefully I can make this happen before it runs out, otherwise I'm going to have to go look for more. Damn it. I need to flick them on the bank really quickly. Yes, I got a fish. I got a fish. Yes. Check at this, guys. I could survive. This is a barb. Hungry little critter stuck in here. I could survive. I could eat this, cook it up. If I can catch one, I can catch more. I'm calling this a success. But we need to get some bigger fish. But we caught one fish on our own rod, line and hook. Thorn hook. That is crazy. To be honest, I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm quite happy I achieved this. Also, I'm going to keep this for bait because my worms are going to probably run out. And these fish in here will eat little chunks of this guy. So, awesome. So happy. Could not be happier with that. Now, I've caught a fish. Now I need to catch a bigger fish. But I am happy. Tiny bit of worm. See if we can get a bigger fish. Dang it. He got away. Got another one. Another one, guys. Yes, another one of those barbs caught on the homemade rod and line, hook. Bye-bye. See if we can get some more, get some bigger ones. Another barb, guys. Flung him out to hit the rock, he's dead. So I'll keep him for bait 2 to catch some bream. Hopefully we can make that happen. But that's... oh well, he got away. I wanted to... he was alive actually. He's probably just stunned. Oh my gosh. Damn it, did you guys see that? Wow. I had a big fish. My hook is busted. Tip of my hook broke off. But you guys saw that, hey? And my line didn't snap, my rod didn't break. Let's see if we can get another one. I'm just gonna make another hook quickly. So my last hook broke. Okay, so I'm going with this one over here, because there's another one that I can use as a line tie. Got my hook reattached. Let's see if we can get a big one. Big bream. Well, not big bream. I got a bream. I got a bream. Check this out, guys. I just caught a bream on the hook, homemade rod, survival style. Cannot believe it. If we were in the wild, I could survive. Yo, that makes me happy. Very happy with that. Let's get this fish back and let's get one double the size. I gotta make another hook. I didn't tie that one on properly, but I see the perfect one. As usual, and we've got a solid connection. I'm actually going to wear you guys on my chest now. Jump across here. There we go. My reaction time is also being slow. Come on. Big one, eat. Something's on there. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Please stay on. What is that? Yes! 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 Oh my goodness. Can you guys seriously believe that that just happened? What? My rod was bending like crazy. Look at that fish. You could survive on that. Yo, I am so happy. Check out that hook set right there. What? Look at that. Look at that hook, look at the line. What a beautiful fish. Guys, I achieved my goal. I could have survived out here. This thing fought so hard. I could not be a happier guy, I promise you that right now. Look at that. If I was in a survival situation, obviously I would eat this guy, but I'm not, so I'm gonna release him. Mozambique tilapia. It's a good eating fish, especially when it's this size. But bye-bye. Thank you very much. Yo, I am so happy with that. So happy. Oh. I am so happy, as I've said. Crazy feeling of achievement. I'm very happy. We achieved the goal. Now let's see if we can get another one with the time we still have. Now that was lucky, and I'm so happy. If I can get another one, it'll just be a bonus, but I am happy with that. I could survive for a whole day on that fish, plus those other small ones. Yep, I'm getting a bite. Another one. Another one. Not as big, but another one. Look at that hook set. Crazy. That is so cool, guys. Look at that. On the thorn hook. Little bream. Check that out. Pops out. Bye-bye. This is epic fishing. The sense of achievement of catching that fish is almost as good as catching a big tiger. Not quite, but it's almost as good. Okay, that one was too big. Look at that swirl. That was probably a big barbel. But snapped off right there. Next time I think I could do with making a bit of a thicker line. But yo, that worked out well. Thank you all for watching this episode of This is Africa Outdoors. I really hope you enjoyed. Tell us what you think, drop us a comment, and also tell me whether you want to see more of this type of content. I really enjoyed making this video, so maybe we'll have more of these solo bushcraft missions coming up. But remember, if you do, drop us a comment, and if you like this video, give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing. We'll see you all in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.